You ever wondered why ancient philosophers didn't have to deal with the agony of slow Wi-Fi or the existential crisis of choosing an Instagram filter? No, it's not because they were too busy inventing democracy or writing the first plays in history. It's because they were Stoic. Stoicism, my dear friends, is the ancient Greek philosophy that's the answer to all your modern-day problems. Picture it. Socrates, chilling in his toga, fully unfazed by the fact that his latest philosophical tweet didn't get any retweets. Or Marcus Aurelius, ruling the Roman Empire, not batting an eye when his chariot runs out of horsepower. Why? Because they were Stoics. They didn't sweat the small stuff. Now I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a philosopher. I'm just a regular millennial, struggling with a low battery and a high cost of living. Well, that's where you're wrong. Stoicism isn't just for the Socrates of the world, it's for all of us. It's all about bearing hardships, whether that's slow internet, a read message with no reply, or the horror of being out of coffee. With a calm and composed mind. In the grand scheme of things, are these problems really worth losing our minds over? The Stoics didn't think so. They believed in focusing on what they could control and accepting what they couldn't. And they definitely couldn't control the speed of their carrier pigeons or the quality of their olive oil. Imagine if we adopted that mindset today. Instead of screaming into the void because our delivery is 5 minutes late, we could just shrug and say it is what it is. Instead of drafting a strongly worded email because our favorite show got canceled, we could just accept it and move on. So while they were busy contemplating life, universe, and everything, we're here, losing our minds over a read text with no reply. But don't worry, Stoicism has got our backs. Who knew that the same philosophy that guided great emperors could help us survive the battlefield of social media? Picture this. You're scrolling through your feed, and suddenly you're struck by the fear of missing out, or FOMO as the cool kids call it. You see your friends partying without you, or your ex has moved on to someone who, let's be real, is not half as good as you. It's easy to spiral into a pit of despair. But wait, what would a Stoic do? They'd probably say something like, if it's not in my control, why should I worry? And just like that, FOMO has left the chat. Now, let's talk about the dreaded like count. Your latest post hasn't hit your usual number of likes and you're stressed. You start questioning your worth based on the number of double taps. But here's where Stoicism swoops in. Remember, Stoics value virtue over popularity. So the next time you feel low because of a few missing likes, remind yourself that your worth isn't defined by a thumbs up icon on a screen. And oh, the comparison game. It's a slippery slope, my friends. One moment you're casually scrolling, the next you're questioning why you're not as successful, good-looking, or happy as the people you see online. But here's the Stoic reality check. Comparison is the thief of joy. Stoics believe in focusing on their own journey and not getting distracted by others. So the next time you find yourself slipping into the comparison trap, channel your inner Stoic and focus on your own path. Social media, with all its drama and anxiety, can feel like a battlefield sometimes. But remember, Stoicism is your secret weapon. It's the ancient philosophy that tells us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. Remember, the next time your post doesn't get enough likes, take a deep breath and embrace your inner Stoic. After all, Marcus Aurelius didn't need likes to rule an empire, did he? Ever thought of channeling your inner Socrates when your Uber driver cancels on you for the 5th time? Ah, the daily grind. You're rushing to work, coffee in one hand, phone in the other, and then bam, your Uber driver cancels. Or maybe you're patiently waiting for that YouTube video to load, but the internet decides to take a leisurely stroll. Or perhaps you're all dolled up for a night out, only to have your friends cancel at the last minute. Frustrating, isn't it? But before you hurl your phone across the room or start yelling at the innocent barista who just happened to make your latte a tad too foamy, let's talk about Stoicism. Yes, you heard me right, Stoicism. That ancient philosophy from the time when your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa was probably still in diapers. Stoicism, in essence, teaches us how to keep our cool in the face of life's curveballs. It's all about understanding what's in our control and what's not. You can't control your Uber driver deciding to ditch you, but you can control how you react to it. You can't control your internet speed, but you can control your patience. And you can't control your friend's last-minute change of plans, but you can control your response. You see, Stoicism is like your personal Zen master. It helps you navigate the choppy waters of everyday frustrations with grace and calmness. It's like having a chill pill, but without any side effects. Well, unless you count peace of mind and reduce stress as side effects, the secret sauce of Stoicism is acceptance. Accept that things won't always go your way. Accept that things will go wrong. And most importantly, accept that you can't control everything, because let's be honest, if we could control everything, we'd all be sipping margaritas on a private island right now, wouldn't we? So, the next time you're stuck in traffic, instead of honking like a maniac, take a moment, breathe in, and let Stoicism turn your car into a philosophy class. So, who would have thought that ancient philosophy could be the secret weapon to surviving the 21st century? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting you don a toga and start debating in the town square. But what if we could take the best bits of these old-timey thinkers and apply them to our oh-so-modern problems? Imagine for a moment the Stoic approach to that heart-wrenching moment when your post gets only 2 likes from your mom and your dog's Instagram account, or when your boss gives you a task 5 minutes before clocking out. Instead of losing your cool, you could just shrug it off. Stoic style. It's about understanding what you can control and what you can't. It's about not letting external events dictate your internal state. It's about finding tranquility in chaos. And there you have it. Stoicism, the ancient philosophy, repackaged as the modern-day survival kit. Now go forth and conquer the world, one unliked post at a time.